What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Show back with another video, and today, one of the weirdest things to come out of anime lately, excuse my voice by the way, I am still very much sick, so you can pretty much hear it in my voice, but today we're going to be talking about the new anime. I want to say everybody's talking about it, a lot of people don't know about it, but Squad is getting an anime, and it looks crazy, I'm not gonna lie, it looks cool, like I'm definitely gonna be checking it out, but it's gonna be made by Wit Studio, which is, they're goated. They've done a couple of things, some of you may know, Attack on Titan. This is before Mappa took over. They've done Spy Family, Vinland Saga, a lot of different animes. You know what I'm saying? They're a go-to studio. They've done a lot of really good work. So with that being said, I trust that the animation for this is going to be good. Now, bear with me when I say that a Suicide anime is the furthest thing I thought about when thinking about the next DC project. I mean, this is not really nothing new though. We've had superhero properties become manga and become anime before. Just look at Deadpool. He had an anime. I don't think it lasted very long. In fact, I think it was just like the one episode pilot or something, and it didn't really do that crazy, I guess, because they didn't continue it. I think Wolverine also had anime. It was a whole project, a whole collaboration. I mean, they had Iron Man, Wolverine had one. It was X-Men, Blade. You know what I'm saying? It's honestly, Japan pretty much tried to dip his toe inside of the superhero genre. It's nothing new. I for one am down for this. I've never really envisioned myself as a really big Suicide Squad fan, if I'm being truthfully honest myself. When I first originally watched the first Suicide Squad, like many, I was very much disappointed, and I really couldn't see myself liking the series or liking the franchise. Like, I always thought of Harley Quinn as a one-note character, and look at her backstory and kind of see that she really didn't even exist. She was a character I believe was made for the actual anime, not the anime, but the actual television series itself. That's so cool when you think about it. The Suicide Squad in itself, to me, my first live action version of them was probably Arrow. I think they took part of Arrow. They had Amanda Waller and stuff in that, and she had the bombs and the next. It was like the same type of thing. Like I said, never really was a fan. Not a really big Harley Quinn fan. It was really just the second movie that changed my whole outlook on it. I think James Gunn did that one. He directed that one. It was basically the start of what he could do with DC. I think to me that's one of my favorite DC movies. I've never really been a fan of the Snyder Cut and all that stuff, man. Honestly, I'm a big DC fan, man. I grew up on DC. I grew up on Marvel. I think at a certain point I ended up becoming more of I had the whole Marvel encyclopedia, but at some point I was beginning to see that DC was basically becoming my favorite. I had played DC. I was playing DC Online, which is a game that is still running, by the way. Definitely should not be, but it's very much still running. I was playing that, and I ended up liking DC a little bit more because I just was more into the DC culture at that time. So Superman, Batman, I really was a fan of the Robins and stuff. Then this big thing called the MCU popped up, and the movies ended up getting so good that they just changed my whole climax on where superhero movies can be peaked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Marvel's really done it right, and obviously at this point it's not as good as the originals, but we won't really talk about that here. As far as going back to DC, I liked Aquaman as a movie. I just don't think DC has found their way. I feel like Marvel's found their way. They have they have some cool action scenes mixed in with like some comedy and stuff. Sometimes a little bit too much comedy. Nice special effects. You know what you're gonna get when you see a Marvel product. But with DC, I felt like a lot of the universe is really dark and gritty. And I'm not saying that that's a bad take on the DC universe, because I love Gotham. I think Gotham was one of my favorite shows of all time. Like, I don't know how high it would be, but it's definitely up there. I really like the whole series. I like the idea of being focused on the villains and not the Batman himself. Like, seeing all the villains become what they're going to become. Seeing why Gotham has pretty much failed to ruin. You know what I'm saying? That to me is a great show. I like Gotham. You know what I'm saying? I watched all the DC shows. I watched all the Flash and stuff, even though they started dipping quality. And I watched Arrow. And most of all, I watched Smallville, which is a really good show from back in the day. I watched all 10 seasons of that, man. And I've loved DC products from here on. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm down to see the next journey in animation for them. They have amazing animated movies. So I'm curious to see what the Suicide Squad is going to stack up to, because they have some fired like animated movies. They have the best when it comes to animated movies. And like I said before, I really like the Suicide Squad, which is, I think, just like the rebooted. It's like the half reboot, half like continuation sequel of the original Suicide Squad. And even from there, I really like Peacemaker. I think John Cena really brought the character to life. Now, a lot of people say John Cena's always playing John Cena, but if John Cena himself is funny, I'm actually okay with it. Now I can really never look at him as nothing but Peacemaker. I like the show, you know what I'm saying? I definitely felt like the little bit of Marvel energy from it, but it was nowhere near the amount of like comedy that Marvel tries to inject. It was good. It was perfect. It was like well balanced. I feel like it was really just on the nose at that point. I think Peacemaker was a great show. I think James Gunn's gonna do wonders. And there's a new Suicide Squad game too that's coming out. So this anime is gonna be right on target, and I'm curious to see what the game is gonna play like. I'm really looking forward to that game. Like I said, not really the biggest fan of the Suicide Squad. Considering all the different teams in DC, you know what I'm saying? This is the one I would probably want the least. I even played Gotham Knights just simply off the strength that it was the Bat Family. And even though it was not a great game, like at all, I really had a lot of fun with it just because of the properties. I feel like a lot of the times companies can get lost in it. You know what I'm saying? You'll support something just because it's based off a property that you like, and they don't do enough work into it, and it just ultimately fails. Now, hopefully, we won't get this one like this. They seem to have some decent people that's working behind the scenes on this. I know they mentioned somebody that was working on Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know how in depth that'll be. I think it's just maybe a voice actor or so. So I don't like I said, I don't know too much on the involvement with that, but obviously, you know, Jujutsu Kaisen has problems with mappa and stuff right now. But this is Studio Wit. I definitely think it could be something to really do. And the cool thing about it is the Isekai. I don't think I've really mentioned that enough. It's an Isekai with you know, basically Harley Quinn, Peacemaker, Clayface, Deadshot, and King Shark is sent on a mission through a portal. And through that portal is a different like fantasy realm. You know what I'm saying? They got like a couple of hours to complete a mission before the head blows off. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's interesting enough. I guess it'll be more like a regular animated movie, but then it'll probably either switch to the style of Isekai, or you know, it'll honestly, I don't really know what to say about this, because it simply just seems like it's an interesting idea. It's happening, it's being directed, it's being made. I'm definitely looking forward to it. How do you feel about a Suicide Squad anime? Let me know down below. Honestly, I would love a Batman anime. Like, I would love a Batman in that style. I think they did something with that, with like the Batman Samurai thing. I think that was something supposed to be similar to that. But I would love like to see maybe like the Batman Inc. or something, you know, just something in a different style. With that being said, guys, I'm getting very, very much now. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next video.